Hello everyone. In this video, we will read a very interesting chapter, If I Were You, by Douglas James. It's a drama which has two main characters, Gerard and Intruder. The intruder is a criminal who wants to kill Gerard. Whether he will succeed in his attempt or not, let's read in the chapter, If I Were You. Gerard is a proper name, so you can either call it Gerard or you can also call it Gerard. Gerard lives alone in a lonely cottage. An intruder who is a criminal enters his cottage. He intends to murder Gerard and take on his identity. Does he succeed? So Gerard, who lives lonely in the cottage, there is nobody else who lives with him. An intruder enters in his cottage and he wants to murder Gerard and he wants to take his identity. That means he wants to live as Gerard. Will he succeed? Let's see. Scene: a small cottage interior. So when the curtain rises, the scene which is on the stage is interior, inside of a small cottage. There is an entrance which is on the back right, which is curtain, which is closed with curtains. There is another door towards the left, which must be a practical door. That means the door which is used for coming and going. The furniture of the interior is simple. It consists of a small table, which is towards the left, one or two chairs, and a divan. Divan is a kind of small bed which is rather upstage. It is towards the right. That means up on the stage towards the right. And on the table there is a telephone. Now when the curtain rises, Gerard is standing by the table. He is making a phone call. He's talking to someone on phone. He is a medium height person, medium build, who is wearing horn-rimmed glasses. That means his spectacles are horn-rimmed. And he is dressed in a lounge suit. Lounge suit is a man's suit which consists of matching jacket and trousers and a great coat. That means an overcoat he is wearing. His voice is cultured. That means he is educated and civilized and well-mannered. He is talking on phone with someone. Well, tell him to phone up directly. I must know. Yes, I expect. I'll still be here, but you mustn't count on that. In about 10 minutes time, write her goodbye. By the telephonic conversation, we can make out that he is expecting someone. He is asking someone to come or phone him directly. He would be there only. That means somebody is coming to meet him. And he's saying that I will be here, but you can't count. Maybe I may go out in about 10 minutes. Now he puts down the phone and goes to the divan on the left, where there is a traveling bag, and he starts packing. That means he is preparing to go somewhere. While he is engaged, another man who is similar in build, that means whose body structure is much like Gerard, enters from the right silently. He has revolver in his hand and he is flashily dressed. Flashily dressed means dressed in too bright and expensive clothes to show off. In an overcoat, there is an overcoat and a soft hat that he is wearing. He bumps accidentally against the table. That means while walking, he hits the table. Accidentally, he gets hit by the table. And at the sound, Gerard turns quickly. He sees who is there. Now Gerard, pleasantly, he's happy, he's pleasantly saying, why, this is a surprise, mister. So he says that this is a surprise that you have come, mister. That means he wants to know his name. And intruder says, I'm glad you are pleased to see me. I don't think you will be pleased for long. Put those paws up. Now intruder doesn't seem friendly. He tells him that I'm glad you are happy to see me, but I don't think you will be happy for long. And he tells him to raise his hands up. That is all very melodramatic, not very original perhaps. But then Gerard says that this is like a drama you are doing. It doesn't it is not looking like very original. Intruder trying to be calm. Intruder says, are you trying to be calm? Nonchalant is your word, I think. Then Gerard tells him that it should be nonchalant. That means I am calm and relaxed, and I'm not very anxious that all of a sudden you have come to me and you're telling me to raise my hands. Intruder, thanks a lot. You'll soon stop being smart. I'll make you crawl. I want to know a few things, see. So intruder says that, okay, thanks if you're not very enthusiastic to see me, or you're not very worried. Very soon you are playing smart, and very soon you will stop being smart, because I will make you crawl. I will do something to you which will take away all your smartness from you, and before that I want to know few things from you. Now, Gerard tells him that I will tell you anything you like. I know all the answers. But before that, he says that I'm not in a very comfortable position. So maybe I want to be comfortable. Intruder tells him to sit there and says, no funny business. Don't try to be smart. Don't do any funny business. And he motions to a chair. He tells him, that means he tells him to sit on a chair, and he himself sits on the divan, which is next, in which there is bag. So he sits next to the bag. Now then, we'll have a nice little talk about yourself. So the intruder says that now we will talk about you. We'll have a nice talk about you. Gerard, at last a sympathetic audience. So in a sarcastic way, Gerard says that at last I have an audience who wants to listen to me. Then he starts telling that he, as a child, he was stolen by gypsies. Gypsies are nomad people who keep moving from one place to another. And then he says that by the age he was 32, he found himself lonely in Essex Cottage. The cottage where he was living, the place is Essex. How? As he was continuing the story, Intruder tells him to stop. He tells him to keep that story to himself and just answer the questions that he is asking. Then he asks, do you live here alone? Gerard, I'm sorry, I thought you were telling me, not asking me. A question of inflection. Your voice is unfamiliar. So he says that your voice is changing. Your pitch is high. Your voice is not very familiar, and it seems that you are talking in a different manner. Intruder, do you live here alone? Then Intruder again asks the same question. Do you live here alone? And Gerard says, what if I don't answer? Then Intruder says that you have got enough sense. You don't want to be hurt. That means he's kind of threatening him that if you don't answer my question, I'm going to hurt you. Gerard, I think good sense is shown more in the ability to avoid pain than in the mere desire to do so. What do you think? So Gerard is trying to take this conversation in a different way. He is trying to be smart. He's saying that I think a sensible man would like to avoid any kind of pain, not just think of doing it, but actually doing it, actually avoiding the pain. Then Intruder says, Gerard wants to know his name. So he's asking Mr. so that the Intruder fills in and tells his name. And Intruder is not in mood of revealing any of his identity. He just says that I don't mind my name. Don't bother to ask my name because I like your name better. And then he asks, what is your Christian name? That means, what is your full name? And Gerard tells him that it's Winston Charles. Do you run a car? Intruder asks, do you have a car? Gerard says, no. Then Intruder says that that's a lie. You are telling a lie. And he warns him that you are not dealing with any fool. I am not a fool. I am as smart as you are. And I know you have a car. Better be careful. Don't try to be wise. So Intruder has done his homework on Gerard and he knows something about most of the things about Gerard. Then Gerard says, are you an American or is that mere a clever imitation? Imitation means copy. That means the Intruder is trying to copy American accent. So that is why Gerard asked, are you actually an American or you are just trying to copy? Then Intruder again warns him, listen, the gun's no toy. He warns him that in my hand, it is not a toy. I can hurt you without killing you and still get my answer. So I can give you pain and you will be bound to give my answer. And Gerard then says, of course, if you put it like that, I am glad to assist you. Okay, if you're threatening me, I am glad to answer your questions. Yes, I do possess a car and it is in the garage round the corner. That's better. Do people often come out here? Then Intruder says, okay, that's better. You are now answering. I want to ask another question. Do people often come here? And Gerard says that they come very rarely. Not many people. And surprisingly, very few people come to trouble and visit me. That's the baker, and the people, those who come are baker, greengrocer, that means vegetable provider, and of course milkman, but no one who is as interesting as you are. And then Intruder says that I also happen to know that you never see tradespeople, that you don't see such kind of tradespeople who come to trade with you. Then Gerard says that you have taken a considerable amount of trouble. That means you have taken trouble to know so much about me. And since you know so much, then why don't you say something about yourself? Why are you being so modest? Modest means, why are you being so humble? Why are you not telling about yourself? Then intruder says that I could tell you plenty. You think you are smart, but I am smarter than you. I am the top class round here. And I have brains and I will use them. That's how I've got where I have. Then intruder says that because of using my brain, I have come here. I have got where I have. And Gerard mockingly asks him, and where exactly have you got? It did not require a lot of brain to break into my cottage. Just to come into my cottage, do you think it is very smart job? It is not a very smart job. It did not require a lot of smartness to come into my cottage. Then intruder says, when you know why I have broken into your little cottage, you will be surprised, and it won't be a pleasant surprise. Intruder says that when you know that why I have come to your cottage, of course you will be surprised, but it will not be a very pleasant surprise for you. Gerard then says, with you figuring so largely in it, that is understandable. That means you have done so much homework about me and you want to know so much about me. It is understandable that you have come with an intention and reason. And then he asks, by the way, what line of crime do you embrace? That means what kind of criminal are you? What are you specialist in? What crime do you do? And then intruder says that he is a jewel robber. His specialty is jewel robbery. That means he robs for jewel. And your car will do me a great. Your car will be very helpful for me in this. It is certainly a dandy bus. A dandy bus means a fashionable vehicle, a fashionable car. Then Gerard says that I'm afraid jewels are far and few and far between in the wilds of Essex. So he says that it is a place where there are not many people, not many places, not many people wear jewels. So this is not a very good place for you because jewels are few and far here. Then intruder says, so are the cops. If jewels are few and far, then cops are also few and far. And I can stay here. That means I can retire here nicely for a while. I can comfortably stay here for a long time, as cops will not come here to catch me. Then Gerard says, you mean you want to live with me? A trifle sudden, isn't it? Trifle sudden means a little too fast. This decision you have taken a little too fast, that you are going to live here with me. But you are not invited. Then intruder says that you won't be here so long. I didn't trouble to ask. I did not trouble to ask you whether I can live here or not, because you are not going to live for so long. And intruder says, and then Gerard says, what do you mean by that? And then intruder reveals his big surprise. He says that this is your big surprise. I am going to kill you. Gerard then says, you are being little harsh. And then intruder says with heavy sarcasm, as if making fun of him, yeah, I will kill you and I'll be sorry to do it because I have taken a fancy on you. That means I have started liking you. But I will have to kill you. It is just got to be done. I have to kill you. Then Gerard says that why add murder in your other crimes? It's a grave step you are taking. Then Gerard says that you are a jewel robber. Why do you want to add murder to your crimes? Isn't it a big step that you are taking? Intruder then says that I'm not taking it for fun. I'm not doing it for fun. I have been hunted long enough. That means already police is after me. From a long time, police was after me. And I'm also wanted for a murder. I have already killed someone and they're not going to hang me twice. Even if I kill you, they'll hang me only once, not twice. Then Gerard says that you are planning a gracious double. Gracious means something double crime without a reason. You are a jewel robber, you have murdered, but again you are doing a double thing by killing me. Admitted you have done nothing to lose, but what have you to gain? Okay, I accept that by killing me you are not going to lose anything, but what are you going to gain by killing me? Then intruder says that I've got freedom to gain. After killing you, I will have freedom for myself because I'm like a poor hunted rat. So police is after me, but if I live like you as Winston Charles Gerard, I'm free to go to places. I will be free because you are a free man. You are not a criminal. I will be free to go to places. I can eat well, sleep and do whatever I want to. Right? To be ready, having to be ready to beat it at the sight of the cop without having to be ready to beat at the sight of the cop. That means without running as soon as I see the cop. since I will be free as you, I will not have to run. Then Gerard says, in most melodramas, the villain is foolish enough to delay his killing long enough to be frustrated. You are much luckier. So he says that in most of the dramas, villain do not kill. They stay for a long time for a frustration, because if they don't kill their prey as soon as they want to, then they will be in trouble. But in your case, you're lucky that you have not killed me. Then intruder says that I'm okay. I have reason to not to kill you. I want to be Winston Charles Gerard, but before that, I want to know everything about you. And something I have already known, the posh stuff, the kind of your lifestyle, the posh lifestyle that you have. Then pantomiming of phone. He tries to copy his phoning style. He tries to imitate his cultured voice, the way he speaks, his civilized voice. He says that I just have to copy you. I have to look a little cultured, and that's all. That's all. I will be like you. Then he now take a look at me. Then he tries to stand like Gerard, next to Gerard, and says that I look exactly like you. Now take a look at me. Gerard says you are not particularly decorative. He says that you are not polished. You are not decorative. Then intruder says, well, that goes for you too. I've only got to wear specs and I'll be enough like you to get away with it. So he says that when Gerard says that you are not polished, you are not good, you do not look like me, then intruder says that that doesn't matter. I only have to wear specs and it will be enough. I will look like you. Gerard, what about your clothes? They'll let you down if you're not careful. So Gerard says that what about your clothes? You don't wear clothes like me. And intruder says that your clothes will fit me. I will wear your clothes. And then Gerard says that is extremely interesting, but you seem to miss the point of remark. Okay, that's interesting. I accept that. But I made a remark that you're lucky that you have not killed me. And that is for a very good reason. Intruder says, okay, that is for a good reason. What do you mean? Then Gerard says that you will let me go and then you will thank God that you have not shot me. Then intruder again says, what's on your mind? Better be quick. You are boring me. This conversation bores me. Then Gerard says that your idea is to elude the police by killing me and taking on my identity. He says that you want to run away from the police by just killing me and taking my identity. And intruder says, yes, this is my idea and I like it. But are you sure it is going to help you? Then Gerard says, are you sure it is going to help you? This idea is going to help you. Intruder says, now listen here. I have got everything planned. I did a job in the town. Then something went wrong and I killed a cop. And since then I have been running. I have been doing nothing but dodge. That means avoid and run the police, hide. And Gerard says that so after dodging, you came here. This is what your dodging has brought you. Then intruder says that actually it brought me to Aylesbury. I went to Aylesbury and this is where I saw you. There were two people who saw you and they started talking and I listened to them. And they were saying that you are a bit of a queer, kind of a mystery. They said that you are kind of strange and weird. You are kind of a mystery man. And Gerard says that a mystery that I propose to explain. I want to propose you why I am like a mystery man. Then intruder says, you phone your orders, you give your orders on phone and sometime you go away and then suddenly you come back. These are the kind of things that I want to do. Hearing about you was one of the luckiest things that happened to me. Then Gerard again said, apparently you haven't the intelligence to ask me why I am invested in this clock of mystery. Then Gerard said that you're not intelligent enough to ask me why I am so mysterious. Then intruder said, preparing to shoot. He again said that I told you this conversation bores me. You are doing conversation on conversation. You are not telling me the exact thing that I want to know. Then Gerard says that don't be fool. If you shoot me, you will be hanged for sure. And if not as yourself, as Winston Charles Gerard. You will be hanged for being Winston Charles Gerard. Now intruder, he is confused. He asks, what does it mean? And then Gerard says that this is your big surprise. I said you wouldn't kill me. It was right. So he said that you wouldn't kill me. I told you that you wouldn't kill me if you know who I am. And I was right. What do you think? Why do I live in such a mystery? I'm here today, gone tomorrow. I don't see tradespeople. You say my habits wouldn't suit you. You are a crook. Do you think I'm a Sunday school teacher? So do you think I'm a very honest person? No, I am not. The game is up as far as I am concerned. He says that, then he continued that things went wrong with me. Something went wrong. And I said it with bullets and got away. I shot that person. I said it with bullets means I used bullets to kill somebody and ran away. But unfortunately, the cops, they caught one of my men. They caught one of my person and they found things which that person should have, that fool person should have burnt. Now, I'm expecting trouble. Now police is after me. That is why my bags are packed and I'm ready to clear off. That's it. So Gerard told him that he was actually a criminal and he himself has been running away from police. Then intruder checks his stuff and he says that, okay, this is bag, this is gun, but what is all this? Then Gerard tells that it is a disguising outfit. It is an outfit to hide my identity, false mustache. Now do you believe me? Then intruder says, no, I don't know. I don't believe you. Gerard again says, for God's sake, clear this muddle head of yours. Your head which is blocked, clear it. And let's go. Come with me. There is a car outside. I can use it. If you find it stream, if you think that I'm making fool of you, you can get in. You have got my car and you still have your gun. You can shoot me in the car. Then intruder tries to believe in him and says, okay, maybe you're right. Then Gerard says that don't waste time and let's go. He picks up his bag. Intruder again, doubting him, says, careful, I'm watching you. Gerard again says that I have got a man who is posted on the main road and he's going to call me if he sees the police. But I don't want to leave. Then again the telephone rings. Gerard says that I don't want to ring, but my man is going to call me if he sees the police. And then at that time, the telephone bell rings. And Gerard says, come on, they are after us. They are straight. We should go straight to the garage, take the car and get out. Then intruder again says, how do I know that you are telling the truth? And then Gerard says, oh, don't be fool, look for yourself. Gerard points towards the door and he tells him to look outside whether police is there or not. And Gerard opens the door and he goes a step away. Intruder, he tries to lean forward to look what is outside the door. And as soon as he does that, with his side towards Gerard, with his gun side, he is pointing towards Gerard. And his revolver is ready. If Gerard is playing smart, he can shoot. As he turns his head, so as he tries to look outside the door, Gerard gives him a push into the cupboard. It was actually door of a cupboard and Gerard pushes him into the cupboard, due to which the revolver falls out of his hand and Gerard then closes the door and locks it and picks up the revolver and then straight goes to the phone where he stands with the gun pointing at the cupboard. So Gerard actually pushes him into the cupboard and locks him. Now intruder, he is banging on the door, he is rattling the door, he is saying, let me out of here. And Gerard speaks on phone. Hello, yes, speaking. Sorry, I can't let you have the props in time for rehearsal. So Gerard says that, sorry, I cannot give you the stuff, the props for rehearsal. Actually, he's talking about a drama or a play to which he had to supply the props. I've had a spot of bother. Quite amusing. Then he says that I was actually in little trouble, which is quite interesting. And I think I'm going to put it in my next play. Listen, can you tell your friend the surgeon, that means the cop, to come up here at once? He tells the person on the other side to send the cop. You'll probably find him in the public bar. Maybe the cop would be in the public bar. So have you understood what actually happened here? Gerard is actually someone, maybe an actor or a playwright or a director in a play, and he was actually preparing to go to the play. He had his props ready. Then the intruder came in, he tried to kill Gerard, and Gerard made up all that story that he himself is a criminal, and he makes the intruder look into the cupboard and pushes him there and locks him. So Gerard is actually a very clever person with an amazing presence of mind. Now this is about the story. Read it and enjoy it.